My name's Mike Joseph. I'm the singer of Ion Sky. We've been a band for a little bit, and a new single which has just come out. It came out on Monday, the 10th of October. Is called Round the Neck, and it's going well. We've got a clip which is coming out on this Sunday, actually at 7 p.m. Melbourne time, Eastern Standard Time. We've got the clip coming out for that to support it. It's been a good journey. The band was sort of something that came together pretty organically, and that's a big thing for me, because you hear some bands that just get sort of put together by like management companies and that sort of thing. And this was a band that kind of came together really organically. We just all knew each other from the circles and from the music scene down here, and I put together this rock band with Mark, the guitarist, and yeah, man, it's been a really good experience. It's been the best experience I've had in a band so far in my whole life.
Very cool, man. So you mentioned that the single Round the Neck came out only earlier this week, mate. So as a new band, like, how do you measure the success of your first song? Like, is it by views? Is it by response? Is like sort of what's your barometer?
The barometer at the moment is literally feedback from people that have heard it. The feedback's been really positive. People have gone back and said, "Oh man, I just keep listening to the song." That's the main thing with this. It's like if people get back and go and listen to it and then want to listen to it again and again, and then they send us a message going, "Hey man, we really love the production on the song, really love the song." It kind of, that's the kind of tick for us. We're a new band. This is a new kind of project. All the songs that are coming out are new. But I guess we've been at it for a little bit. And Jake, who's the producer, he's also the rhythm guitarist. He's an amazing producer. He's done a really good job of getting the sounds right that we all love. And that's the thing. I think a measure of success, if you like it and you can live with it, and then people enjoy it, that's a win in my book.
Yeah, damn straight, mate. Damn straight. So tell us a bit more about Round the Neck from a musical point of view and what you were going for with it.
So Round the Neck's basically a snapshot. It gives you a good snapshot of the band and where we go, because it's got a lot of heavy elements in it. There's a lot of gritty guitar. You've got with quad track guitars to get that really big sort of wall of sound with guitars. The drums, we recorded the drums at Pony Studios here in Melbourne. It's a really, really amazing drum room. I reckon it's probably one of the best in the country, because I've been in a lot of studios over the years as a drummer. And been into a lot of big sort of drum studios, and I said, I reckon we should do drums at Pony, because Troy, who works there, is a friend of mine, and we went in there and it was just right. The sound of the drums was just right. We used a number of different kits to get the right sound with the snares and the cymbals, and it just worked in that room. So that was a plus. Musically, because you're asking musically, it kind of, it had to have this intensity to it. It had to have this flow to it. Round the Neck is a pretty intense song thematically, and it had to replicate that. Like, the content of it is pretty intense, and we had to kind of replicate that in a musical form. Now, it's not like death metal or anything like that, but it's just it's a hard rock song that it's got sprinkles of, there's electronic sprinkles in it. You know what I mean? And that's thanks to Jakey, the producer, as well. He's added these elements to it. Because Mark came up with the riff, the initial riff, and the structure of the song, who's the guitarist, and then he come to me and he goes, "What do you reckon? Put some lyrics to this and see how it feels." When he did that, we had this nice structure. I was like, "Yeah, that kind of flows well." And then Jakey added this extra sort of flavour on top of it, which sort of gave it a really good sort of modern edge. Still heavy, but not ridiculous heavy. But it just had this good punch, and that's why we sort of ran for it for the first single.
Very cool. And the song is taken from your upcoming EP, Regeneration. So is it a good sonic representation of the EP as a whole, would you say?
All I can say with that is it's a good snapshot of what is to come in the EP. So when we release it all, which I can't say too much about what's coming next or what we're doing next, but it is a good snapshot of how things are going to sound. The whole EP Regeneration is going to kind of take you on a visceral journey and that's where we kind of focus. Like this song is like, it was our, what we were wondering what we were going to come out with first, and basically we was toying up a few ideas for other songs in it to come out with first, but I thought Round the Neck was the best snapshot of what the band is. Yeah. Aesthetically, thematically, sonic wise, like, you know, you can hear what the guitars are going to be like, what the drums are going to be like, what the production's going to be like. But the other songs on the EP there's some totally different kind of left turns that you'll hear when that comes out.
Yeah, cool. So EPs actually seem to be more popular than albums these days. So, well, as your first release, like, why did you choose to have an EP over an album?
Initially, we were going to work on an album, and then this all got put together during this COVID that we got locked down. I don't know how much you know about what happened down here in Melbourne, but we got locked down. It was a pretty big pain in the ass. So to get all this stuff together, just on a kind of, you know, on a logistics level, like going to studios, we had a studio booked for drums, and then that got cut off because we got locked down. I couldn't go to Mark's house to work on stuff, so we're doing stuff remotely. That was a major factor in how many songs we were going to release. Yeah. So what happened was we came up with about 6 or 7 songs. So actually, we recorded about 8 songs all up initially. We got those right, and then I sort of thought to ourselves, look, yeah, because we're coming out of the gates fresh, why don't we start with the singles and then do the EP, and then see how it goes. It was as simple as that. It was just like, you know, you can put out an album. Now, I love albums. I love when bands put out albums. I think my opinion is, for a band that's sort of up and coming and straight out of the gates, is to give people snapshots of what you do, build a following, and then, you know, if you've got a following, then you can put out an album of 14 songs if you want, and hopefully they like it. That said, I've got mates in other bands down here who have released albums, and they're amazing. I'm partial to both. Like, I like the idea of both, but yeah, we just chose the EP because it was nice and concise. It gives you a good little journey, and then we can work on the next stuff.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, man.
The press release says that you play classic metal with a post-grunge hybrid rock style. Now, that's a mouthful to say, mate, let alone fucking play together.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that is a bloody mouthful. I didn't like that.
So how would you describe what you guys do?
Look, what I can say about that, and that is there's a massive pump up on the tyres. I love that we've even been called metal. But yeah, Marky, the guitarist, he's got a lot of metal roots, and we both do. Like, he loves Pantera. We love I love Metallica. Don't stone me. But yeah, I love, you know what I mean. Yeah, I love Megadeth. I love Motorhead. So there are certain elements that get sprinkled across it. But we also love bands like Alice in Chains, and also love bands like Linkin Park. Because Linkin Park, as much as they're not metal as such, they've got a hard rock edge with that kind of new metal thing. So new metal was big at my sort of my age group. Now I'm sort of showing my age. But literally, yeah, like that those sprinkles are in this EP, and you can. And I mean, I love grunge. I mean, you can probably see it behind me. That's like,
yeah, I can see that.
That was my entry to hard rock when I was 12 years old. You know, as soon as I heard the Nevermind album, I was just like, what is this? And it was game on from there. So yes, there are sprinkles of everything that you're saying. And yeah, I would say there is a post-grunge feel to it. Absolutely. Yeah, cool. And I think that's a good thing, because in my humble opinion, I think that people love that stuff. And I'm noticing it. Even, like, you know, I manage a music shop, and I noticed that kids coming in they were playing sort of a lot of folk music and that sort of thing over the years, and now they're coming in and they're like, you got an ESP? Like, have you got a heavy guitar? And then they'll start playing like Metallica, or they'll play Nirvana songs, and it's really good to hear. Like, I was a bit worried for a while there. From 2009 to say maybe 2018, I was a little worried that, you know, rock and rock and metal will never die. I just don't think it will. There's such a massive underground following, you know.
Damn straight, my man. Oh, well, I know you're not keen to release too much about Regeneration, but can you let us know when it's going to be out?
Yeah, I can definitely say it will be out in 2023,
Yep.
probably early 2023. We're still toying up some ideas of what's going on there. I can say it's finished. We've just got some stuff to do in the meantime to get it all out there to people to hear.
Beautiful. In the meantime, Round the Neck is out now, and people can have a listen to that so they get a gauge for what you sound like, mate. But I look forward to hearing more of your stuff in the future, mate. I dig that single. So
I'm really glad that you dig it, man. And yeah, as I said, like head over to the Facebook page. It's Iron Sky Music. Same with Instagram. Head over there and you'll see the clip up this Sunday night at 7 p.m. Local Melbourne time. And we're really looking forward to sharing that with everyone. Yeah, and then we'll see what comes next.
Damn straight, mate. All right, buddy. Well, thanks for your time, Mike. It's been a pleasure, mate. And next time I'm down Melbourne way, I'll look you up.
Please, mate. Please be in touch.